time to go T.W. Price design. I remember when he was doing the Dawn, the first version. I think he had the Dawn V2 as well that he did. The Dawn, D-A-W-N. And I remember I was doing Instagrams of the Dawn when I was in Sedona for a week with the wife, and we were visiting a friend up there. Oh, Sedona's beautiful. God, if you ever get a chance to go to Sedona, Arizona, wow. And you know what? I think the UFO rides are still pretty inexpensive. I don't think the aliens have increased their price that much. You can get the vibes up there, the vortexes. You can have a picture of your aura taken downtown. And I don't think there's any of those hippies down there that could pass a standardized drug test. Oh, good. They are definitely free spirits. Shall we call them artsy people? But I mean, it's just way cool. There's just people come in from California and buy places there, and they got money, and it's the natives probably not that thrilled about it, but okay. This is the Reyne. Okay, so when I was up in Sedona, I was taking pictures of the Dawn, the first version, up against the background of the Sedona bluffs, mountains, whatever you want to call them, right? And I used to know the names of the different rocks and stuff because they were named, you know. But that's how long it was ago. It was at least 2 years ago. God, I'd like to get back to Sedona for another visit for a while. But this one is called the Reyne, R-E-Y-N-E. And that's how I got to know the T.W. Price models. And at the time, it was just a pass around. So I got done with that, and then I send it on to the next guy when I got done showing it off. This one's blue, and so I ordered one when he came up with the Reyne, and I got in on the pre-sale. And because I think they're a little bit more expensive now that they're dropping than they were on the pre-sale. They're $335, and I can't remember what I paid. Now, because it's been, I mean, the pre-sale was like 8 months, 9 months ago. I guess I'd have to go look back in my register for my debit card. 32 volt blue, which, you know what? This hangs pretty good as far as, that high voltage blue. And you want the high voltage blue because the low voltage blue will dim when you get skin oils on it. The low voltage, the low voltage will dim. The high voltage holds its color better. I don't know why. There's something about that, and I can't explain the technical part of that, but maybe somebody in the comments section could do that. I tried doing anodizing for a little while, and I gave up on it. And I go, it's too messy. I got too much stuff. I don't have enough room. I just, whatever. And I've got plenty of things to keep me busy, especially with the website and stuff. So to hell with that. I'll let the other people do it. But this is good looking. Good looking, man. It's good looking. And it's Magnacut. And Bestech is the OEM. And Bestech has been doing Magnacut for like 9 TIE, or for EMP EDC. And I had the Impulse, the OTF for EMP EDC, which is OEM by Bestech, and the blade, the OTF blade for TACCOM knives, TAKCOM, check them out. They're out of Miami. And their OTF model Barracuda, and all their high-end OTFs are made by Bestech, right? So the Barracuda is the only one I'm aware of that's in Magnacut. So I had that tested along with the EMP EDC Impulse knives, 2 of them. And guess what? 63.5. They all hit within a tenth of each other. So just say 63.5. That will be in my batch 6 video that I haven't done yet because I ain't got the knives back, but I got the paperwork back through an email giving me the results, okay? But the knife should be in a day or two from the test facility. So do you think this is 63.5? Oh, baby, I'd put money on it because the other 3 knives tested right there. Just almost scary that they were right there. And I even had a discussion with the testing guy about that, but it is what it is, my friends. And so I am, that just all of a sudden kind of upped the game for me when I learned that. Because you don't know. I mean, a Chinese OEM, a lot of people would probably, him and Han go, they're probably hitting it about 60, 61, and everybody wants 62 to 64. And closer to 64, the better, right? Well, how's 63 and a half hit you? So, wow. And these are now available to the public, okay, because the pre-orders have been delivered, and so he's got more. I would, I don't tell people what to buy, and I'm not going to tell you to buy this. I'm just going to tell you I'm glad I did. This is nice. Texturing. I love the design. It's a full-size knife. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's not too light. It's not too heavy. But it is too beautiful, isn't it? It is nice. I mean, this gives you a little bit of that, well, kind of a thumb ramp, but almost a faux harpoonish kind of sensibility to it. And then you got these cutaways, but they're not so severe that they're sharp, but they're enough to where if you want to dig, you can finger flick off of it, okay? And you got a flipper tab, and it's jimped. He did a lot of, he's a young guy. I mean, I think he was 21 when he did the Dawn, and that was a few years ago, so he's got to be like 23. And look at this. I mean, wow. I mean, he's thinking about a lot of things. I mean, they're doing some pocketing in there to weight relieving on the knife, the nice texturing. You got to come up with these ideas. I mean, the OEM's not making these decisions for you. You know, what kind of texturing and how that's going to fade when you get to here or there. And then, how you're going to do that, how you're going to contour these handles. And then the pocket clip and how that, it's not just plain. He decided, I'm going to mill a little bit out here, just give it a little bit of interest, a little turn down here, and it's going to come in from the inside. And we will take this apart. No entryway here because it's a captured pivot, I'll bet. And of course, ceramic bearing, ceramic detent. But it's not a frame lock. And I'll tell you what, that's a big part of my attraction to this knife. I'm getting a bit of frame lock burnout. I know frame locks are solid, blah, blah, blah. But just to cut the frame, I mean, it was so innovative, the Walker lock, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I like this. I do, because it makes it look the same front and back. It really is a nice, clean look. Wow. And then just the right amount of choil here. I think, people who hate big choils, this will be fine with them. Those who want some kind of a choil, this will be fine with them. This should be nice too, and it adds some extra interest. And, let's see, let's pull a piece of paper here. Okay. Yeah. It's not scary sharp, but it's got a factory edge, okay? So, personally, it's fine with me. It'll do what I need it to do. And if I get it a little bit further down the road, then that'd be perfect time to throw it back on the strop and just give it that extra on there. It's got a nice fine stone wash on this one. I can't remember all the variants, you know, as far as I know you could get one in silver. I think you could get one in black. And I can't remember if he had different like Moku tie backspacers or things like that. I think there was something like that. Check it out. I'll give you a link to his site. This is kind of nice. The old sealing wax type look to it. The box and everything. And then this. Yeah. And, oh, blue, gray, bronze, or special. So there is no black here. Special. So there's that. Wow. And you know what? What is it? 3.5 and 8.1 or something like that? Yeah, there's about 3.5, about 90 millimeters. Yeah, about 8.15 overall length at 20.6 centimeters. So about the exact same size as, here's my good looking PM2. You think I use my knives? Do you? Yeah. In fact, I just put this on my strop a little bit with some gunny juice. Gunny juice is the kind of a liquid stropping compound. You can buy it. Just look up gunny juice. You can get it in Atlanta at the Blade Show too, the guy that does them. And they're different grits and stuff, so you can do that. My buddy Sean introduced me to it. He walked me to the table, pushed my head down. Get some, damn it. You're pissing me off. And and you know what? And it probably didn't actually need it because this Magnacut, God, this stuff is good. This stuff is good. But you know what? Here's what Florida humidity does. This is what the Florida humidity does to it. I should have been more careful with it. And I've got some stuff that will really help save it. And here's another one that you ought to check out. This Wolf Premium Oil with Cobra Tack. You ought to check this out. This'll get it done. It really will. So check that out as well, because that really is a big protector. And I think they use them on firearms as well. But wow, I got that bottle from a guy I met at SHOT Show, and he's the owner of this, and I'm wiping the bottle off because you know what? I didn't get that cap secured on there quite right. I got a little leakage out of it. I'm going to have to make sure that's standing up and not rolling around on its side. But this is nice. Now let's put it on the scale, if I can find my damn scale that I buried. Oop. Don't do it the wrong way here. Let's put it on and see what we got. Come on, boys. 4.51, not bad. It feels substantial in the hand, though. It does. 128 grams. That's not that heavy. But man, it feels good. The ergos are great. Just the whole design flow of this looks good, doesn't it? I mean, to me, it does. I really like the way it looks. And he didn't junk it up, billboard it up. He didn't even put Magnacut on here. I kept thinking maybe I'm not thinking about the right review, because I kept thinking maybe he had numbered these, but offhand, I don't see where there is one. And so maybe not. But it would be just like me to be looking straight at it and not seeing it. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's numbered. And I'm probably thinking of another video I saw somewhere, or somebody's posting on their knife. It's not a front flipper, it's a top flipper, and that could be a plus to a lot of guys that are kind of getting burned out on front flippers, because they're not that convenient. Now this one could be more aggressive, as far as they could have been more edgy here to give it better grip, or they could have redesigned the knife to give it a lot more access to the fuller for finger flicking. But you know what, really, overall, it wouldn't be worth it to me. It really wouldn't be worth it. I like this design so much, I don't care about having better access to the fuller. This is fine, just the flipper tab alone. And then this nice thumb ramp looking deal that's jimped, and it's jimped just enough. It's effective, you can feel it, it's not too sharp, but the ergos are just great. Just big enough to be a nice full-size knife in your hands, and just a nice drop. I mean, that blade, I mean, the flipper tab hits you, it's over the detent ball, and there she goes. You know, sometimes I think Bestech makes a better OEM knife than they make a Bestech knife. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that, you know, maybe they should be looking for some guys like this young man to have him do a Bestech brand knife with him as the collaborative instead of OEMing, because this, wow, this is nice. This is really nice. And you know what? I'll bet he stayed on them to make sure that they picked up all his design ideas and followed through with the correct execution of what he wanted. And I was talking to Zelric as well from Todd Knife and Tool on one of his new ones that he was doing with Bestech, and he was very impressed with the way that Bestech carried through and executed that design. He was thrilled. Okay, and I talked to him in Atlanta last year. I talked to him at SHOT, I think, as well. SHOT Show 24. So Bestech, they can get her done. They can get her done. They've come a long way, but I've been talking about Bestech for years. And this, wow, the Dawn was great, but this Reyne, I think it took it a little step up, really. And the Magnacut, that's kind of a iffy thing to reach for, because you don't know what the Rockwell's going to be, but baby, they hit it. So I think you're in good shape with that. Nice backspacer. He left, made some interest here with the texturing as well, with the pocket clip, with the backspacer, jimping here, kind of give it a little break up with the fuller here, giving interest into it as well, design interest, the flow into the bolster, the blade to handle length is adequate, okay, and wrapping the backspacer around as well. It just all in all looks elegant and looks nice. So let's grab Laurel and Hardy here. You know what? Also, I bet, what do you want to bet these are number 8s? And of course they are. He took care of details, didn't he, when he designed this? And I haven't touched this yet. Oh, there's a surround. Okay, there's the screw and the little surround. Okay, so we got that. And we ain't got much more. Is it going to come apart like this with just these 2 screws? It very well may. Let's see where we are. Oh, yes, it will, and nicely, doesn't it? Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Okay, so so this, of course, yeah, we got liner lock. So steel liner, it's anchored here from the inside. I'm not seeing it come through there. You know what? If you took this pocket clip off, you're going to see that he gave it a landing zone too, didn't he? He gave it a little flat landing zone right there where that hits. So it's not going to mark everything up, and then it's screwed in from the inside, and then a hardened steel insert and a ceramic detent ball, and then you're in good shape, baby. You are. And then, of course, here's your steel washer. But there is your flat spot that's going to keep that captured pivot captured so it's not going to spin to win. And then standard looking bearings. Okay, whoop. We knocked the washer on the other side out here. But there it is. And then we can push this. And it just comes apart real nice. Okay, there you go. So there's your flat spot that keeps it from spinning, and you've got little pivot surrounds there. Wow, I'll tell you what. Was that nice? Okay, so hold on, we got the lock. I gotta get my OCD thing is, there you go. So there's your presentation side. There's your lock bar side. Okay, there's your blade. And this, I mean, I swear, I haven't touched it. Look at how clean that is. Wow, that is clean. I'm impressed. Oh yeah, okay, okay. We got some good stuff now, baby. TW Price Reyne, Reyne. The other day, I was posting it on my Instagram. We got stuff here, yeah, goop. On my Instagram, Reyne, but I posted it Rayne. Wrong. The Reyne, Reyne. And now that I took it apart, put it back together, I didn't put as much pressure on the pivot as the original. Yeah, and it's still fine. Okay. And yes, it's still centered up pretty dead on, actually. Okay, so, wow, but that just drops nicely now. Check it out. Maybe something you'd be interested in owning. I really think this is top tier stuff. You tell me something that's actually put together nicer, feels more solid in the hand, and is thoughtfully crafted. This is good. And you guys, we do love them knives, so stay sharp.